Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a great weekend. I'm here in sunny San Diego for the Trade Ideas Summit 2018. Really excited. Chilling in my bathrobe. Had a great time with the whole team. Hanging out last night with Brett Steenberger, Brian Shannon, JC Peretz. Met JC for the first time. He is awesome. Love the guy. Also met Max Medez, and Kunal, as always, is awesome. So really looking forward to it. Met Cameron as well, and really looking forward to the event. So doing this really quickly before I go head out to the event. If you haven't checked it out, I'm sure that it will be online on YouTube, the streaming version of it, so definitely check that out. And we'll go ahead and get into the week, guys. I've got my watch list up here so you can see it. This is how I prep it. Since I don't have two screens or a printer to print it out, I will have it right there so you can really see the list and understand everything. We'll go ahead and we'll get into a review of the indexes for the week. So we have the SPY. This is the trend line before that we broke down, and then I created a new trend line here. So really looking, you can see this is the 4 EMA, the pink line, and this is the 8 EMA. So you can see it's really been testing that, and it has not wanted to break out. We have the 200-day moving average here, and it's sort of sandwiched, you know, between the 200-day and the 4 EMA, and it keeps testing that 8 EMA. So, excuse me, we shall see if it actually reverses from here. You know, we had a big volume candle here, but we're not seeing that big volume coming in for it to have a confirmed reversal yet. So watch for it maybe to come back down to the 272 area, 272.25 area, and see if it will bounce from there and then head up. We'll look at the NASDAQ indices. We'll back it out a little bit so you can see same sort of thing. We've been hovering around the 200-day moving average. It has gone up. It keeps staying below the 8 EMA. This was when Netflix reported earnings, and then it pulled back on Wednesday, and then Thursday a big tank day, and Friday as well. Totally missed Friday. I was traveling, went through some withdrawal, but you know, it's part of being passionate and loving what you do, right? And then we have the IWM, which has broken way below the 200-day moving average, but it has on the bigger picture found the support line right here, and we'll pull it back on the 1-year chart so you can see. So this is a prior support line, and it looks like it's bouncing off of that right now. We do have some volume that is coming in, but it's not as big as this day right here. So this day could have been just a bounce up, further shorts, and then going to continue on down. We do have this downward trend line that it looks like it could potentially be using as support, but still in downward motion. So I'd say until we start seeing that full buying coming in, it is showing oversold on the daily, but you know, really the market, if it's in panic mode and fear mode, then a lot of people are going to continue to take it on down. As always, guys, this is always my opinion. I did have my Series 7 back in 2000, but it is not current, so please trade with proper risk management and make sure that you do your due diligence before you get into everything. So we have IMMU here on the daily chart with a support of 23.86, resistance of 24. It has 125 million in the float, and it was 46.4% short float volume on Friday. You can see it closed almost at the high of the day on Friday, so keep that one on watch. It looks like it could potentially have further upward momentum for the week. When we pull it out here, you can see it's close to the 52-week high, but it's not there just yet. So keep it on watch. You know, if the market does start going into a bullish rally, this could be one that would be on watch for a breakout overall, since it is in the upward trend on the daily chart. We'll go back and pull that back up. Right there, you can see it is in the upward trend right here. You know, then the next level potentially to test would be $25 or $26. So a good $2 potential move to the upside there. OFG right here, it's tested that 52-week high and on Friday. So I put support at $17, resistance at $17.70, 32.6 million in the float, and it was 53.6% short float volume on Friday. After that, we have PayPal, which gapped up on Friday. And it looks like right here you can see it did test a prior resistance line, and we do have the 50-day moving average at 86.87, 200-day moving average, which it held above of 82.40. So go ahead and watch this one for potential further swing up. On the 15-minute chart, you can see it did bounce off the two levels, and then it sort of closed at the upper 3/4 of the day. So see, really, if it can hold above, I'd say 84.26, there's a pretty good likelihood that that will continue to the upward side. So 82.98 as support, and 85.82 for resistance, 1.1 billion in the float, and 37.4% short float volume on Friday. Next, we have Procter & Gamble. On the 15-minute chart, we have a nice, looks like a nice handle to a cup, right? A big cup here and then a handle. I would say support of 86.44, resistance of 87.48. 254 million in the float, and it was 28.8% short float volume on Friday. On the bigger picture, going into it, okay, we'll get rid of these old lines. That's where it obviously bounced right there. And they had their dividends, but look at the big thing here, massive volume on Friday. So that is a really good indication that this could potentially have an upward trend to it. Let's see what was news. Jim Cramer is talking about having great potential to it. Obviously, he's pumping it a bit. Anytime Jim Cramer says something, it's kind of like, you know, when Trump is out there tweeting and talking about things, it really affects the market. Same sort of thing. Once Jim Cramer is like, oh, hey, I like this as a long, many times people will jump into it because they're listening to his advice. So keep that one on watch. You know, it looks like it could go up to here, 88.34, and then 89.82 for further resistance levels. If it breaks that, we're looking at the 92 range from there. Next one is GNTX, with a support of 1955 and resistance of 1977. I did draw this nice downward trend line on the daily. You can see it did break above that, and what's awesome is we have this massive volume candle. So if it's holding above, you know, the support of 1955, it looks like it could really break out. It closed roughly right at the 15 EMA, so that could act as a little bit of a resistance. If it breaks out, I think we're going to be looking at going up to the 22 range. So we've got a nice $2 or 20%, 10% potential move on the stock to come before it would test the 200-day moving average at 23. And then if it were to continue up from there, you know, break out overall on the yearly, breaking out up here. But I think that's a far ways away. I think, you know, good estimated target would be 22. Getting into our shorts, we have eBay, 52-week low right here. You can see, right? Where's that? So it did set a new 52-week low. Many times we will see them drop down further. And look, lowest level in 2 years. So many times people start to get out. You'll see the bigger hedge funds saying, okay, you know, this is negative news. We'll likely get out here. So support of 28.43, resistance of 28.95, and 992 million in the float. We'll go on our yearly chart so you can see that in better action. So the high of the year back here, and then the low just on Friday. Massive volume to the downside, so it could likely continue on further from there. Then we have AIG as well, setting up new lows. Get rid of these old ones. That's when I had it obviously as a short just recently. I believe it was Monday on my watch list. And look, you can see it really tanked on down from there. So we've got this support at 47.20, I would say is the first support to look for. And then it would be another 70 cents down to 46.50, which was the pre-market activity on Friday, and a resistance of 48. When you look at it on the 15-minute chart, you can see that was really the pre-market support. So they could take it down there further and load up there and then run it up. Next, so we have 47.20, 26 million in the float. We have STT, State Street, really much tanked down on Friday, and then just sort of bounced around between 72.60 and 74.28. So it could go either way, really. It didn't have a massive move in one direction or the other, but I would look, since the momentum is downward right now, I would look for a further break to the downside. On the year, it was hitting 52-week lows, so right down here. So keep looking for that, but it is showing a bit oversold. So we might have a bounce up and then a further continuation down. Next, we have ASB. Same thing, 52-week lows. They had earnings. I would look for support of 23, resistance of 23.50, and it has 367 million in the float. When you look at the 15-minute chart, it closed at the low of the day. So many times when you see it closes at the low of the day, we might have a further gap down into Monday. Just like when it closes at the high of the day, it'll gap up. So people start selling it off. And then once we open on Monday, you might see stops execute and take it down even further. So that levels again are 23 and 23.50. Then we have PACW, another 52-week low break at support of 42.23, resistance of 42.87, and when we look at it on the yearly chart, you can see it's just getting pummeled right now. Back it out to the 5-year, it looks like it could go down to 41.25, then from there 40.30, and a little bit further down to 38.10, I would say, is like the third target out there for it. All right, guys, getting ready to go to the event. Hope you had a great week and you profited all week. And definitely, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm doing a special 50% off for the Modern Trader Summit. So I will post that link below, and you can also check it out on my website. But basically slash the prices in half, or you can just buy individual videos if you just want to hear from one speaker and see what they had to say. So definitely check it out. All right, guys, have a great week ahead. If you like my stuff, like and subscribe. Carpe Profit, guys.